This is a video to thank Rob Elovox, and it'll become clear why. I apologise for, or I make no apologies for stealing Rob's signature tune, if you like, for these things, but I do apologise for interrupting it because it's such a brilliant song by the OJs. Rob was one of the first people I started watching in the VC, and we clearly had a lot in common in our musical taste, and we've exchanged quite a few messages and in fairness records on a couple of occasions, I sent him something a couple of months ago which I did know would plug a gap in his collection, and I had two, so that I wanted to make sure that record went to the right place. Anyway, Rob asked me a few times the sort of things I'd like, and I did mention Southside Johnny albums, because they're hard to find in this country. They're not particularly collectible or expensive, but in good condition they are pretty rare. And over the years I've bought quite a few Southside Johnny albums on CD, and I had the greatest hits. Now, only last week I bought this. It's only available on CD, and it's Southside Johnny, the Asprey Juice, doing a live version of Steve Van Zandt's Men Without Women album, which I got that last week. Anyway, I got back from work last night and there was a card waiting for me, saying there was something at the post office, so went down this morning and there certainly was something waiting for me. There was this massive parcel. I'm trying to cover up my address on the front. Anyway, I can tell where it's from Rob. So this video is to thank you, Rob, for this. I've been looking through it all day, really. I didn't want to do one of those live opening things, so I wanted to have a good look through, really. First thing that came out was this single, which is Bruce Springsteen, My Hometown, with the B-side of Santa Claus Is Going to Town, which features Clarence Clemens, the much missed Clarence, really. And I actually saw Bruce about 5 years ago on the 22nd of December at Wembley, and they did Santa Claus Is Coming to Town then, so it means a lot to me, that song. So I did already have it, but the UK version is different, and one of our ongoing things between Rob and myself is the fact that there is a difference between, historically there's often some interesting differences. So this is slightly, it's not embossed, but it's a textured sleeve, for example, whereas the UK version isn't. The UK version is a different colour. So they are different. There are different labels, for example. This is on a Columbia. The UK version is on CBS. It's the red label. So that was the first thing that came out. So that was a brilliant start already. That's just something in itself I would have wanted. The next thing came out was a compilation CD with, again, I know that Rob does know that I like Steve Earle, but I don't recognise any of the other bands on there. So it's people like Buddy Miller, the Old 97s, Tim Easton. I haven't had a chance to listen to that yet, but again, something I would have wanted just on its own. There's a magazine which Americans will probably recognise, it's called The Onion. It's a satirical thing which I'm going to read properly, just for the novelty of it. And then it was really well packaged. I mean, Amazon could learn something from Rob about this. There were a few things. There's Reckless Records bag, which is a great novelty, and then there's lots of cards. I've got to read my way through all of those. There's actually something in here from Reckless Records, which I know Rob goes to quite a lot. There's 3 in Chicago. What I didn't realise, because it said on there, was London. There's another. It says on one of the cards something about London. So I've looked it up on the internet, and there's one in London, and it must be the same company, because otherwise why would they be doing the cards? Then there was some photographs which I recognised immediately. These are from the again from the river, and I'm going to do over this weekend. I'm going to do a Bruce Springsteen video, because, and you will appreciate once you've seen that what this means to me, because these are from photographs from the sessions of the river. But then this is the business end. Rob, you could not have picked 3 better albums. I guess these are Blake sleeves I've never seen before, so all 3 were really nicely packed. They're all... Anyway, I'll get to the detail. It's the first 3 albums by Southside Johnny. These are superb albums. All of the songs, I know the main ones off the best of, but the first album came out, I think it was 75, I Don't Want to Go Home. The second one was This Time It's For Real, which is 76, and the third one was Hearts of Stone, which Hearts of Stone is a Bruce Springsteen song, and this is my favourite version of this song. A lot of people have covered Bruce Springsteen songs, but nobody has ever done that song better. What is also good about it, they're in lovely condition, and the other thing that's great about them, I'll just whip this one out of its cover just to show you. What is great about these is, again, in the 70s and 80s, American pressings were done on a much thicker card, so these are heavier than if I got the equivalent UK ones, because they came out on the Epic label. I think all 3 were on Epic actually. Oh, the third one says CBS, but I think Epic was part of CBS. Anyway, that's it. I've been listening to these all morning. Obviously, I've not listened to that one, just This Time It's For Real, because it's still as Rob packaged it, but these 2 I've listened to. I've got to get onto that compilation CD, but thanks Rob, you really nailed it with these. I appreciate what a gap these fill in my collection, and how much I like these albums. Thanks.